Yeah, my name's Chad LaGrone, owner of Coastal Water Filtration. We're so happy that you've allowed us into your house to kind of see what in the world is in your water. So today we're going to perform several different tests that we commonly find in our community's water, and just kind of show you what's there. And then we're going to offer a recommendation based on what we find to filter out any contaminants that may be found there. You know, like I said, first thing we do though, before we do any of this, we're going to sit down. We want to understand why we're here, what's got you concerned, you know, get to know your family a little bit, get to know you a little bit before we dive into testing. But once we do dive into testing, we're going to do a set of tests, right? So we'll pull up our iPad here, and we will, whatever water municipality you are on, we actually will go to that consumer confidence report to kind of show you that utility companies are mandated to produce once a year. And so we will kind of go through that based on what we find, and then we'll test ours and compare and see how that looks. So, but the first thing that I do usually, we have a lot of people complaining of, you know, they have a black mold or gunk that's built up under their kitchen sink. And so I grab it and I look at it, and just about, I would say 95% of people that we do tests with have that on their shower heads. And so what that's caused by is hard water, right? So ion exchange filtration will fix that. But what we're going to start with first, we're going to do a chlorine test. So one thing that we like to do, obviously my home here has a whole home filtration system and a reverse osmosis. So we've seeked some outside water that we're going to use for the testing today, but we're going to compare it to my house, which is on a filter. But we don't have that luxury when we come into your house. So we actually do have a mini filter. So this is a mini version of the whole home. You have the coconut shell resin here. You have a carbon bed up top. So we actually will pump your water through this system to show you, hey, this is what it's going to do. So, but we're not going to do that today because we have a filtration system. But what we're going to do, we're going to start with, this is a pool tester. This is what we use to test chlorine. Chlorine in the water is a good thing. It is killing things that we don't want in our water. But once it gets time to ingest it and bathe in it, you don't want it. So we want to remove it before it gets to your house. So this is the outside water. So when we're in a home, if the presence of chlorine, once I put this ortho iodine in the water, I put 3 drops. If there is presence, this will start turning yellow. And the scale here tells us how much chlorine is in the water. We put 3 drops. And as you can see, it's already turning bright yellow. So that tells me that there is presence, chlorine is present in the water. According to this scale, we are between a 4 and a 5 milligrams per liter of chlorine currently in your water. And as we mentioned, you know, chlorine is not great to consume in large quantities, but when it reacts to organics in the water, it creates haloacidic acids, trihalomethanes, which, you know, you start doing some research on that, it's not wonderful for you. So now let me show you. We're gonna do the same test with my water that is filtered with the whole home. So we'll do the same test. We'll put 3 drops of this, and this water should stay clear instead of turning yellow. And it did. So you can see there's no presence of chlorine whatsoever, because of the carbon filtration that it's coming through is removing and capturing that chlorine before it gets into your house. Okay, and so what we do, we actually will have we have a folder that we leave with you. We have a customer, initial assessment survey. So every time we get your chlorine reading, we actually document that for you. So we know exactly what it was when we came out and assessed. We have some, brochures. People always want to see what do the systems look like that you're recommending, so we provide brochures, and then we'll provide a quote sent to you, either email, text, digitally. We can print it out, whatever you want, and kind of go from there.